My next guest has been there, as they say. My next guest has been there, as they say. Adam Schwarze is a 21-year veteran Marine, Navy SEAL who has served 9 deployments in over 90 countries. That's right, 90 countries. And he says he fought ISIS under Donald Trump, but now under Joe Biden, the current president is protecting terrorism and terrorists and the people that kill Americans. Adam, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Gruber. Thanks for having me.
You've seen it. You've been there firsthand. Multiple deployments, many countries. You've been in hot LZs, as they say. When you look up now and you look at what's happening with the state of the American military or the way we're dealing with terror and terrorists, tell me your thoughts.
It's just unrecognizable, both our foreign policy and even at home. Under the previous administration, we don't talk about ISIS that much right now, thank God. And there's a reason for that. It's because we had really strong America first foreign policies. As both a United States Marine and later as a Navy SEAL officer, we had great support from the leadership, both politically and within the military. And wherever we saw ISIS flags, we were able to prosecute and eliminate them relatively quickly from the face of the earth. Juxtapose that to this administration now, not only have we had a resurgence of terrorism, but it's not even abroad. We've had 2 terrorist attempts on our homelands in the last month that a lot of the mainstream press really isn't getting through to the American people. And you have Hamas flags popping up all over college campuses. That's very concerning.
Yeah, the Chechen national shot dead by one of your colleagues outside his home in Virginia, I believe it was. And you had an attack by a Mexican national and another attack trying to make access to Marine bases here in the United States. You don't hear the mainstream media talking about it because they don't want to admit that the open border policies are dangerous to this country, Adam. They're deadly. And look, nobody is going to be surprised, nobody that's paying attention, if there was a terrorist attack on American soil today, a significant terrorist attack. I don't mean a van trying to drive through a gate at a Marine base. I mean something big. You wouldn't be surprised by it at all today, would you?
No, sir. I'm glad you bring up those 2 vignettes because that's exactly what I'm talking about. And people need to know that, as a special operations, military planner and mission commander, you don't plan things in one vein. We would say dual prime all of our charges. That those 2 Jordanians that were caught, one through Mexico, one through an expired student visa, that were trying to enter the Marine Corps base, they were conducting what we call reconnaissance. And that's the most dangerous part of any operation is the recce, the reconnaissance before you do the actual big event. We don't know, at least publicly, what they were trying to plan. But
for a layman, if I may, Adam, for a layman, you're saying it was a test run. They were just jabbing to see if there was a soft enough spot to get in, and now they make plans based on how it was practice, is what you're saying.
It's not practice, it's information gathering so you can make your plan. So the reconnaissance is you are trying to find out the information so you can actually make your plan that involves your action, what we call the actions on. But that's the so what. And that was likely a terrorist plot. I mean, look, they had an Amazon truck. They're going in under the false pretenses of delivering goods. Thank God that the Marine gate guards had the wherewithal to be like, this does not smell right. And usually, if it's a tourist or somebody driving on base, they just turn somebody around and kick them back out. They were suspicious enough where the guards are like, this is really weird. They actually apprehended them. So hopefully we're getting some good intelligence. But the American people, it took 3 months before it was released by the administration, maybe for good reason, because we were hopefully gaining intelligence on those people. But it was 3 weeks before we even were admitted that we caught terrorists. And even now there hasn't been a all hands call like nationally, like, hey, by the way, we've caught 2 terrorists. One of them was on a terrorist watch list.
Right.
And, oh, by the way, as you pointed out, it's all tied together. We have 10 million people that we have inside our borders right now. Again, for sure, some of those people are trying to do that plan.
There's 10 million that came in the last 3.5 years, many of which have never seen a border guard or an agent that got away. We don't know how many people have gotten in or what their intentions are. And they come from a variety of places. They come from China and Africa and South America and all over the world, from enemy countries and so forth. Let me ask you this, Adam. If you were to apply a threat level to America today, what's your threat level assessment?
Extreme. I would put it just below imminent. And frankly, if I was in the USG, if I was somewhere in the United States government, they probably have. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. It is imminent because FBI Director Wray has said there are multiple attacks that are trying to be conducted. It's just we don't know which ones are successful or not.
So what happened on 9/11 could pale by comparison if it happens now. Now, my question is, are these terrorists driven by politics? Because if there's a terror attack on American soil now, it would change the trajectory of the 2024 election potentially. Are they politically minded, or they just want to do us harm and they're here and they don't care and they're going to continue to do that going forward? What's your guess?
They're ideologically aligned. These are all ideological attacks. The political part, it's the second order effects of the poor leadership of this administration that has put our country in this predicament, in this peril.
Yeah. Where do we go from here then? How do individuals, let me just ask you this, as an individual, how do we protect ourselves if we can't ask the government to do its job, and clearly it has not, it has failed us? What can we do as individuals? I'll give you the last word.
You just have to do the little things right if you want to do the big things right. Certainly protecting your house, protect our borders so you can protect our country. Don't spend more money than you have. I mean, it's literally stuff that like an eighth grader, trying to balance a checkbook for the first time would know. You have to buy your steak and potatoes before you buy your candy. I would love to give everybody free student loans, give everybody unlimited free health care, but we have to make sure national defense is taken care of, make sure our borders are secure, and at people's homes, don't rely on the American government to protect your home or your property, clearly.
Adam, you come back anytime. I like your insight. I like your experience. Adam Schwarze, 21-year veteran of the Marines, Navy SEAL. He's been there, and he knows that what we're seeing is a flashing red light. It's a problem. Adam, thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir. God bless.
Yeah, it's a flashing red light, my friends. We are facing imminent terrorist attacks. Not possible, imminent. Same thing that Christopher Wray said from the FBI. Of course, he's part of the problem, I believe. This is the Steve Gruber Show.